There you go. No, cancel. Cancel.
Okay.
Sign in at the bottom right.
I never sign into the chat.
Well, you have to.
Cannot be performed. To interact with chat.
Open the web browser. Just click. Click.
Okay. All right. Jim Johnson is here. Janet is here. Darklands is here. Sorry about this thing. I don't know what happened. This is just a bit of a nightmare situation here. I had to restart the thing. Well done, you guys. Thank you very much for coming. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, hello. Welcome back, everybody. I mean, that was a bit of a nightmare. I mean, and not that much of it. I wasn't even that upset, but the producer was a bit more upset at me than I was really upset. It just I know that these things can happen, or maybe our enemies are seeing difficulty in what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm confused too. I don't know. Maybe the wires here. I got a whole bunch. I've got a. Maybe I need another one of these things. Whatever these things are called. You know what they're called. Where you got the four things. The four things. I mean, this. I mean, I might have to change it. Whatever. Anyway, thank you, Darklands. Thank you, Scott and Keith. Elixir. Thank you, Girl from Mars. Darklands. Thank you, Jim Johnson. Jim Johnson, welcome back from Texas for being here. We'll just let everybody just get settled. Everybody get settled. Hold on a second. Doug? I'll call you back in about an hour, about a half an hour. Okay, that's fine. I'm doing streaming. I'll catch you later. There you go. So Kermit is here. Sorry about that. Nonstick Nick is back. Jim Johnson, tell everybody what you're doing out there in Texas. Joe is back. Let's see if Carrie B, because I'd like to speak to Carrie B. She thinks I'm insulting every person who is disabled. I'm insulting the concept of disability. Okay? And I'm insulting that certain disabled people are lying. And that has to be true. There's tons of disabled people who are lying. Maybe Stanhope did it. Possibly. Maybe I should read it. I should read what Stanhope says. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hi again. Chartel is here. Hello, beautiful Chartel. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Maybe you can't hear me. Maybe this is not right.
You need to turn up the microphone.
The microphone is turned up. It's turned up almost high. You're disabled, Lewis. You've never known anyone have such issues with technology. Yes, maybe I'm disabled this way. What's the Discord link? I don't know. Let me check for the Discord link. Yeah, technology. It's been a nightmare, Kermit. It's been a nightmare. There you go. Join the Discord link and talk about what you want to talk about on the Discord link. You could have big long things. This is not the best form for me because people can't see what a great and generous and genuine heart that I have. How loving I am to people. How everything is a joke. Everything that I say is a joke. Not a single ounce of seriousness. Okay, thank you, Mr. Cuff. You can hear me, you can see me. You can hear me and you can see me. And this is working. Everything is working. The point that I'm making, that some people, that there's been a huge amount of people who are disabled now. And I think, and first of all, I don't believe the state should be paying for disability. I know we're in England, and I know you believe in the state because this is a communist regime and you're used to the money just flowing out to the people. But I don't believe it should be that way. Okay, number one, I believe in families. I believe in charities. I believe in self-help. I believe in finding what you can do. There are people who are severely disabled. Okay, severely disabled. Emotional disabilities. Yes, there can be emotional disabilities. But the biggest emotional disability that someone can have is to believe that they are not capable. That they are not capable. Okay, I grew up, my mother was mentally ill, okay? Was quote unquote mentally ill. Was told she was mentally ill. Believed she was mentally ill. Okay? My father would say, your mother is mental. You know what I mean? Your mother has a chemical imbalance. All this bull. Okay? Did she do crazy things? She did. Did she have trouble getting out of bed? Yes, she did. Was she disabled? Maybe she was disabled, but why should the government have to pay for that? We all agree there are loads of people fiddling the system. Yes, there are. And there are loads of people who, according to the system, have a disability and are worthy of getting the money. And I'm saying that that's bad too. Okay? I have severe PTSD, and it's a bastard along with my other disabilities, but that's life. You know what? Well, what about me? What about me and my disabilities? Everyone has said my entire life, you could have been something, you could do something. Why did you do this? Why are you doing it that way? And the truth is, it's all, a lot of it is just that we're people, and people are different. And people are different. And the fact that some whatever these people are, they think it's like a skin color. I'm black. And even, I will say the same thing about racial divisions. It's not the government's role to like help people out because of racial divisions. Okay? The second I praised Lewis's pronunciation of elixir, then he proceeded to get it, whatever, elite elixir. Then he proceeded to get it wrong. I'm sorry. Did telling your mother there was nothing wrong with her help? I never told her that. I mean, I know exactly. Was there something wrong with her? Yes, there was something wrong with her. She'd rather stay in bed than be with her children. That's wrong. That is wrong. She'd rather go smilingly off to a mental hospital because now it's been proven she definitely has something wrong with her. She was living in Brooklyn, New York, and then she moved to a nice suburb, and she was lonely and unhappy. Whatever happened to her? She had doubts herself because her own her father was an alcoholic. Whatever the reason was. Imagine a war hero listening to us. Disability is a label. It's a label. What do you mean by a war hero? You know, people, what does that mean, girl from Mars? You know, I never told my mother there was nothing wrong with her. Or maybe I did. I told her, I said, listen, you're making excuses for your bad behavior. Get yourself together because you've got children to look after. I was an abandoned child. Why do you think I act this way? My mother was very good in some ways, but in other ways, she was a bad mother. The welfare state was created as a safety net for disabilities and unemployment. The problem comes when people are choosing it as a lifestyle choice, not out of necessity. Yeah, well, why should it be even a necessity for anyone? People have families, but then the family gets destroyed. This is Lewis's therapy. In a way, yes, it is. And it's your therapy too. You can tell me off. You can say, Lewis, you're a horrible person because my son is this and my son is that, and you have no idea. You know, maybe you've been meaning to say this to people. It's all therapy. It's not therapy. It's understanding of what the situation is. And people say to me, you don't understand. Well, I do fucking understand. I understand mental disability, people who are mentally disabled. And I understand the government, okay, paying money to people. I assumed it was just a lower average IQ of Americans. That is not true. That is not true. Remember, Americans have a lot of foreign people. I'm not going to explain. That's like bullshit. You can't blame your childhood on how you behave in your 60s. Of course you can. Of course you can. What do you think? People suddenly, they reach the age of 21 and they're different. They reach the age of 31 and they're different. We are all the same. What do you don't think that things I'm doing today are not caused by the way I was treated, the way I lived as a child? Mr. Cuff? Yes, you can. I'm not blaming it. I'm just saying I went through a situation, okay, and that affected my personality. A disabled hero. Anyone who was harmed serving us, limbs missing, burns. Exactly. They could, but are they disabled? Yes, they could be disabled. Are they gonna let that get in the way of them being successful in life? Saying, "Oh, I lost a leg or I lost two legs," you know, or I've got burnt. You know, people, they don't go, "Oh my God, I'm not going to do anything anymore." Girl from Mars. Disabled heroes. Remember the word hero, not disabled losers. I call the biggest word that I use was loser. Okay? A hero is a hero. A loser, you know, you could be an intact loser. Let's just say. I was working and they were down in the pub working cash in hand. Yeah, this is what you got to do. This is what people do. He doesn't understand. He's got two healthy sons. That's not true. That is not true. I can't talk about my children and the problems that I had with my children and what I did to overcome it and what we do to overcome it. All children are different. Okay, I can understand that. I can understand. What can I understand? I can understand that your child is not doing what you think the child should be doing or what other people think the child should be doing. Okay? Time to grow up, Lewis. Stop blaming your mother. I had no parents. If I behaved badly, it is my fault. Or maybe it's the fault that you had no parents. You know what I mean? That's why. What I'm saying is I'm against the state giving money to people, number one. Number two, I'm against people being called disabled, the way they're called disabled. I believe that people have got to get a hold of themselves. Yes, I gotta get a hold of myself. I don't blame my mother for this, but I see why, you know, why I'm not the way that I am. I've been this way since I was 15, 10 years, 7 years old, whatever. Okay. It's not turning into a pity party. I'm just saying I pity people who have, there's multiple things. I'm saying disabled losers. There are disabled heroes. There are people who were disabled who've made themselves heroes. My mother went to the doctor. They gave her Librium, as they gave my mother Librium and Valium. It destroyed her mind. From being busy and active, she suddenly couldn't go out of the house. It took years for her to partially recover. Exactly right. Exactly right, Vantanai. And I'm not. My mother went to the doctor and they gave her drugs, which made her situation worse. So You know, who can we blame? You can blame the medical establishment for having these drugs. They were trying to help. Let's assume they were. I can't believe that they were trying to help, but they were trying to help. The money isn't in the states. It's in the peoples. All one giant global Ponzi scheme, Claire says. I give up, Lewis. I give up. Lewis is making excuses for being unhappy. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just making excuses for personality. People have their own personality. But number one, why should the state pay for that? And why should the state tolerate people lying? And that's what the huge number of disabled people do. They lie. They're liars. A lot of them, not everybody. Not everybody. But I'm against the state giving out money anyway, even for like healthy people. Maybe for people who are whatchamacallit, who are disabled in war. The Rolling Stones songs, Mother's Little Helper, was apparently about Valium. It was given out by doctors that often, yes. And I don't think it was about Valium. I think Valium came later. It was about other barbiturates, which they don't give out now, phenobarbital, or Darklands. But I don't think it was about Valium. Okay. People who have real life-changing situations seem to be the strongest. Yeah, a lot do. People get out of concentration camps. They've lost their entire families, and they get on with it. Okay? And they get on with it. And other people don't. I thought I'd check back, but I guess it's not Groundhog Day. We are just discussing this, Joodles. Good night, everybody. I'm far too triggered. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're triggered. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Christelle is up. Going to do dinner now, so neck phones are on. Va tonight. The show's it's going to be over in 3 minutes. Okay. Yes, happened to our family, and they are doing it again. Cheaper than authorities being accountable. Yeah, giving out drugs, which destroy people's brains, and then they blame the people. I saw my own mother. I saw a YouTube video where the guy says how to deal with ADHD, and it shows the teacher just hitting kid in the head, saying, "Shut up, get on with your work." You know, I mean, is that the right approach? I don't know. Stop being bothered about other people. F them. This is your life. Yes. I'm because Carrie B thinks I'm talking about her kid. Okay, which I wasn't talking about her kid. I don't know anything about Carrie B's kid. Okay, I know nothing about it. Maybe you had a bad childhood, Lewis, but there has to be a light bulb moment when you realize who I am, and I'm sorting my shit out, and I'm not going to put it on my own children. Exactly right. I do have those things. But my personality, if you met my parents, you would go, oh, that's why you are the way you are. If you met Harriet Schaffer, you would say that's why. That's what makes parents and children so amazing, is that the children are the price that the parents pay. That's right. That's almost poetic. The children are the price the parents pay. Maybe you had right. It's not a light bulb moment. I have a million of these light bulb moments. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I see how I'm handling it. I see what I'm handling it. If you go back into my childhood, you will see all of these behaviors that you see right now. Look at how I'm doing this stream. Totally unprofessional. That's Lewis Schaffer. I'd like to be professional, but I couldn't be professional. I couldn't be professional. Thank you, Claire. Oh, you're with McCuff. Yeah, get on with it. And that's what I tell everybody else. But the disabled community, fuck a community. Fuck the idea of being in a community. But disabled people, we are this and we need this and we have to have this. Okay? I don't ask for anything. I try not to. I was triggered a few nights ago, Carrie. Streaky Bacon and some other guy who was not here tonight. Were you triggered by them or by me? I'm not trying to trigger you. Now, Joodles might say, I'm trying to trigger you. I'm trying to get a reaction out of you. You know, I have to remind myself, don't say this because they think I'm talking about every single person, every war hero who lost a leg should be treated like a child who's been whatever. Any decent parent knows that children are an upgrade to them. Yeah, ask Rob Reiner if it's his kid who killed him, an upgrade to him. You know, ask that. I've had the time since I gave up my job to think too much about my childhood, etc. It was very unstructured, but I am my own person and have made my own choices. You know what? You can believe in your own choices and you can make your own choices, but you can also believe that the way you are has to do with your upbringing. You know, I remember what Mary McCarthy said. I remember this. I went to a lecture. Okay. By then, Lewis, I said, my children. By them, Lewis, I said, my children. What did I miss there? What did I miss there, Janet? I was triggered 2 nights ago. Oh, yes. Yes. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Well, you can't, you know, you can't be, I guess you can be triggered and getting upset at people saying things like that. Okay. By them, by those two other people. Okay. All right. Here is the point I am making. People have problems. Okay. The question is, do you wallow in them? Are you like permanently disabled? Or are you going to try to get on with it? You're going to try to find a job, something to do, maybe have a family, and work your way through it. That's what I'm saying. Let's work our way through it. Let's work, according to Mick Jagger. Stop complaining and let's work. And let's work. You know, there are people who've had really horrible things happen to them. Lewis, meaning Joe, says, I did have an influence, but I'm not defined by it and make my own path. Sorry if it's, yes, that's everybody. Everybody. I've had most of my life without my parents. Okay. But, but I've also had a lot of time with my parents. The best gift you can give to your children, live your life, let them live theirs, recall past happy times, forget the crap. I guess so, yeah. I guess so, yeah. I guess so, yeah. I guess so, yeah. I mean, or maybe, whatever. What does that mean? The best is like live your life. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Why ruin your future trying to justify the past? Learn from it and move on. Yes. Yeah, learn from it and move on. No, but you're going to, that's what I've been saying, basically. That's what I've been saying. The state should not be giving losers money. Okay, not losers. They shouldn't be giving people who are just collecting benefits money. People are happier. I remember when they're happier when they have to go out and get a job. You know? We all work our problems out in different ways, says Darklands. Yes, we do. We must look at the positives in life and not dwell on the negatives, however difficult it may be. Yes, it is. But when you sit there and you're collecting benefits, okay, when you don't need to, and you become whatever it is, you become the benefit. You are a disabled people. I am. The reason why I'm not successful is because I am a Jewish person or a black person or whatever you want to say. Okay? That's when it's bullshit. Me and my wife, but that I constantly feel guilty about the things that our children get bothered about. Is it our fault? Could we have done better? Where did we go wrong? Everybody could do better, I guess. But that's not the point that I'm making here. We could all do better. But appreciate what we have, even things are shit. But there's always someone worse off, Mr. Cuff. Yes. I mean, now you're talking about different things than me. You do you. Your son is pretty awesome listening to you rant all the time. Yeah, he listens to me rant all the time. Do you listen to me rant all the time? He rants at me. I do too, Darkland says, no matter how small the positive is sometimes. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we're not disabled. We are not. We are moving forward, everyone. We're in a bad time right now. It's a bad time for this country. There's always been bad times. Are we going to sit there and shake and cower? Or are we going to stand tall and try to deal with it as best as we can? That's basically what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you. I mean, I'm gonna check to see how many people are watching this stream, which is different than the other stream. This is a problem here. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a sec. You say 28. Okay, there we go. Everybody put the number that you think is the winner in here. How do we eliminate this chat? Hide chat, pop-up chat. Look at that. There's the pop-up chat. That's not what I want. Restore chat. Hold on a second. Participants. I can't get the number here. Could be 28. That could be the number in the second portion of the thing. Could be that. I don't know what that is. Anyway, you guys have been amazing. Let me thank you for putting up with me. What I said, I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you feel like the world is up against you. I am not up against you. Maybe I am up against you. Anyway, Joodles was 16, and Toxic Goyhole, and Carrie B, and Keith Bexley, Darklands, thank you, and Nonstick Nick, and Girl from Mars, thank you, and Elite Elixir, thank you very much, and thank you, Kermit. Thank you, Kermit, Janet, and Vatanai, and Mr. Cuff, and Claire, and Joe. I'll see you all tonight at 10:30, okay? The number 3 is Joe. Number 2 is Hio Kermit, and the number 1 in the second portion of the show is Jim Johnson. Thank you, Jim Johnson, for being here. And the winner is, who is the winner? The winner is, who said 27? Did anybody say 27? Janet said 28. Janet said 28. Okay, well, so we're going to have to go with Janet at 28. She was the closest, and she put her thought in there. Darklands, Toxic Goyhole. We'll all see you tonight at 10:30. New show. We won't have to talk about this. I'm sorry if you hate me. All right. I'm going to catch you later. Anybody want to say anything? You can add something at the bottom here. I love you. I love you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for letting me rant on. And I hope you got your points in.